Wow, I've never heard of that before. It must be new. Recency illusion. Hi, my name is Fong. Welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More Work Less. I am a business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single week, I help others unlock potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking the Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And the reason why I have this show is so that we better understand how our minds work, how we can make better decisions, how we can build better relationships, and also avoid certain cognitive traps. So for today's cognitive bias, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Have you ever noticed something completely new? You're completely unfamiliarized with that concept or that new product or whatever it is. And so, oh, that's because it must be new. Nobody has ever invented it yet. Nobody has ever come up with it. And it just came out. And therefore, I've never seen it. I'm unfamiliarized with it. Well, if you felt that way, more likely than not, that is recency illusion. And what exactly is that? Well, that is when we are assuming that whatever is new, whatever is recent, whatever is unfamiliar to us is because itself is recent, because itself is new or a new invention. But there's a pretty good possibility that that new thing that you think is completely brand new has existed a long time, or something very similar to it has come up before. So for instance, let's say in this day and age, we're text messaging all the time, we're using acronyms all the time, and it's this new phenomenon that we're always kind of very familiarized right now. But when we first saw the text message, OMG, we go, wow, that's new. We've never seen this before. And it must be something new. It must be somebody who goes, hey, let's do it this way to represent, oh my God. Well, let me ask you this. When do you think the very first recorded evidence of the usage of OMG to represent oh my God was? Was it the 2000s? Was it the 1990s, 80s, 70s, 80s, 60s? I could keep on going back. And if you thought it was actually more recent than that, well, that's not true, because the very first time it was recorded was back in 1917 in a letter to Winston Churchill, where the acronym OMG was used to represent oh my God. So it's actually existed a long time ago. Same with the concept of electric cars. We're seeing electric cars all the time now. We're thinking, wow, this must be a new thing. But the thing is, electric cars was actually out a long time ago. It just didn't get popularized yet. It just didn't get noticed as much as all these people are noticing it right now. So the thing is, recency illusion prevents us from actually thinking that something existed a while ago. It's just that it wasn't popularized yet. Same with the Atkins diet. The Atkins diet, we hear it a lot more often now because people are jumping into this new thing and trying out this new diet. But in reality, the Atkins diet was actually first introduced in the 1970s. And because most of us are so afraid of new things, and when we assume something's new, we might actually think that, ooh, it might be risky, there might be a lot of problems with it, it might cause a lot of changes or a lot of risk and whatnot. And the thing is, when we're looking at social changes, sometimes there's a very similar situation that occurred before. In this day and age, we're hearing lots of people going, you know what, all these text messages, all these social media stuff is going to cause so much big problems in the futures to come. But if you look back in 1920s, the concept of crossword puzzles used to be a big social change, and it's going to be a big issue, causing people not being literate anymore, not being able to go to school more effectively because of all these things with crossword puzzles. But it turned out to be way overly exaggerated than it was. And we could actually compare that social change to the social changes that we're facing right now. So the thing is, with recency illusion, sometimes we overreact or we exaggerate what the consequences could be, because that new thing that we think is absolutely a new invention may or may not be as new as we think, or may not be as recent as we think. When it comes to how do we prevent ourselves from doing this? Well, first of all, we need to assume, first of all, that it wasn't a brand new thing, that we can actually look back and compare it to something else, or to do our research and see, is this something that existed a long time ago, but not popularized, or is it in fact a brand new invention? Even a brand new invention. So for instance, when we're talking about new inventions, Elon Musk has always said, well, it's new to you because it's now in the media. People are talking about it. It makes you think it's new. However, we've been thinking about this idea for 8, 9, 10 years ago. So it's not a new concept to them. So the thing is, it's not actually that recent. So that is the recency illusion. And if you like this episode, please go back and watch some of my other episodes on unlocking the mind behind Make More Work Less. And if you like this show, then we have a lot of other shows, the Peak Potential Success Show, the Mastermind Bites, and of course, the Make More Mind Bites that's up every single week. Thank you very, very much for watching this episode. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your comments. I love seeing those comments. And until next time, today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.